How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek, and today we're going to be having an in-depth and close-up look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Wonder Woman 1984 movie action figures based off of her basic look in the movie and also her Golden Eagle armor. So this video is basically going to be a good, the bad, and the ugly of sorts, because one of the figures I was very much impressed with, while the other one not so much. So for starters, the packaging for each of these Wonder Woman figures is exactly what we would expect from McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse line, being the predominant black, white, and blue that we've come to expect. The back of the packaging has other images that have been released and or will be released. So in this case, we see the Arkham Joker and Arkham Batman on the bottom, as well as having an image of Gal in her basic Wonder Woman suit and also in the Golden Eagle armor on the back of each package respectively. I totally just dropped my pencil. Why do I have a pencil, you might wonder? It's because I wrote some stuff down for this video and I've already surpassed it, so let's just wing it like usual. Now with both figures out of their packaging, as you can see here, they both, at first glance, look very, very good if you're just looking at them quickly. But upon closer inspection, you'll find that one of them is definitely light years below the other one in quality, on multiple levels. Let's start with the one that I'm actually most impressed with, and that would be Wonder Woman in her Golden Eagle armor. It is a fantastic looking action figure, and McFarlane Toys has done a fine job in, for one, the sculpt of this figure looks immaculate and really quite accurate to what her armor looks like in the Wonder Woman 84 movie, which unfortunately has been pushed back to August, at least, which sucks, but it's the right thing to do. For the most part, the body proportions look okay to me. The head itself, while being fantastically painted and a wonderful sculpt, and actually does bear some semblance to Gal Gadot, it does to me look just a tad big, just a little bit bulbous in comparison to perhaps how big it should be for the body. Now, even though Golden Eagle Wonder Woman doesn't come with any actual accessories, she does have the two wings that very nice and snugly clip into her back, and they look fantastic. McFarlane did a really good job on creating the wings that she has in Wonder Woman 84 for this Golden Eagle armor. I love them very, very much. And with the Golden Eagle Wonder Woman figure, you get not only the figure, but you get a flight stand that is the exact same one that came with Superman, so it's an okay flight stand. It's stable, which is good, but it doesn't offer a whole lot in the way of diversity and posability. Those of you who watched my Superman review, you'll remember me not being super impressed with the Superman stand either. And of course she comes with that nice thick cardstock trading card, which I'm always happy to see the trading cards in these McFarlane Multiverse DC figures. Here's the back of the card. You can read it if you'd like to by pausing it or not. Choice is yours. And overall, I find this Wonder Woman figure to be a shining example of what McFarlane can do as far as looks, because the sculpt is fantastic and she's mostly gold, so there's not a lot of room for paint flaws and mess ups. But what they have had to paint that is not part of the gold, they've done a good job on. I've got to give this figure an A+ for looks. Now when we get to the other Wonder Woman figure, the basic suited Gal Gadot 1984 version, that's where I start to have a few problems. Let's get into the things that I do like about the figure first. I love the color palette. I think that nice bright shiny cherry red with the gold and blue combination look fantastic. And for the most part, she is sculpted quite nicely. I love the depth of the detail and every crack and every crevice on this figure. They've certainly done a fantastic job sculpting the figure. That is, until they get to the head. And I think a lot of companies have had a problem producing an accurate Gal Gadot head sculpt that actually looks like her. And this one definitely falls into the looks nothing like her category. And to make matters worse, the paint applications on mine are really wonky, having both of her eyes sort of off to one side and not painted on properly. And the rosiness of one of her cheeks just kind of stops in one spot, and it's weird. And her hair is sort of off to one side, and you can see where her tiara, the sculpting stops. Just really, really not impressed with this Wonder Woman's head sculpt. Maybe I just need to get another Wonder Woman figure that has the paint apps painted on properly, and I'll think differently. So at the very least, the paint apps on her face are in the toilet. But my distaste for this figure actually goes deeper than her cockeyed face paint. Look at her legs! Look at them! They look like uncooked breakfast sausages. There's no definition, there's no shape to them. I really think that McFarlane Toys with this Wonder Woman figure kind of pooped the bed a little bit, because this doesn't seem like a finished product to me. Now, the basic Wonder Woman figure also comes with two different versions of the lasso. She comes with an extended one for action poses, and she also comes with one that is all furled up and ready to be hung on that little plastic piece that hangs off the side of her belt there. And of course, she comes with a basic black action figure stand and the trading card, which, as I mentioned before, I'm always happy to see those trading cards. And just for those who were curious what the bio said on the back, here it is. You could pause to read if you like. Other than that, moving on. Now, one thing that a lot of people have been vocally annoyed about in the past with McFarlane's handling of the DC license is the fact that they're 7-inch in scale. And you know me, you know my standpoint, you know that I'm actually A-okay with that, and I find it very exciting that I get an entirely new line of figures to collect, and that I in no way feel that it is Todd McFarlane's responsibility to make his figures to go with our existing figures. Maybe it's a little tone deaf, but it's certainly not his responsibility. That being said, the scale of this Wonder Woman figure, I do find, how shall we say, displeasing. This Wonder Woman figure can be clearly seen as taller than Superman. If you're going to pick the 7-inch scale to make your figures in, then it is important that your figures can all be at least posed together, because those of us that collect almost everything that a company will do will tend to put them all on a shelf together. And so when Wonder Woman is taller than Superman, we have a problem. And some people might say, well, no, she's in Amazon, so I'm okay with that. Wonder Woman is taller. That doesn't even fly here. Because, for one, Gal Gadot is shorter than Superman in the movie. Number two, Wonder Woman in the comic books is almost always depicted as being shorter than Superman or occasionally the same height. Matter of fact, the only time I can really remember in recent history her being depicted as bigger than Superman was actually during New Frontier, when she was bigger than all of the men. And so that argument doesn't fly here. She's just too big. In fact, when you pose her next to the Beast Kingdom Superman figure, as can be seen here, you can actually see that she is perfectly in scale with the Beast Kingdom line of figures. So, I mean, I guess if you didn't own the Beast Kingdom Superman and Batman and Aquaman and whatever, maybe now is a good time to pick them up, because, but maybe not. I mean, the Beast Kingdom Wonder Woman, as you can see here next to her, in my opinion, is actually a superior figure, even though it has less articulation. I still feel like it's a better figure than this one. So yeah, as much as I really wanted to like the basic figure for Wonder Woman 84, I just can't like it anymore. I really wanted to. You guys know that I'm not the kind of person that's just what I call an action figure snob. I just feel like this figure certainly could have been a lot better. Now, when we come to the articulation for both of these figures, they're a little bit different. The basic figure has the head on a ball joint. She's got some articulation there under the torso, which has a pretty good range of movement. And also down in the waist there, she's got another ball joint. And altogether in the body, she does have a pretty good range of movement because of those balls. She's got butterfly hinges in her shoulders, as well as the rounded hinges right up there in the armpits. And then she's got double jointed elbows, and they really, really crunch up tight. And of course, she's got the ugly balls in the wrist there that do what they do. For below the waist, Wonder Woman has that signature McFarlane Toys groin articulation that, I mean, it looks like that. It's kind of ugly, but it works. And in all fairness, there is a pretty good range of movement in Wonder Woman's legs from the groin down. Not to mention the fact that she has double jointed knees that are very, very crunchy. And then for her ankles, you got the round balls with the spinny hinges, and we know what they can do. They don't need a full explanation. It would have been cool, as my friend Civilian Collectibles said, this Wonder Woman had some kind of a thigh cut, where at least in the arms, you've got that bicep swivel. That's a thing that maybe McFarlane needs to look at for the future. So there you go, that's the basic Wonder Woman's articulation. Certainly could be a lot worse, could be a little bit better, But overall, I'm happy with her posability. When we get to the Golden Eagle Wonder Woman figure, she has pretty much the same articulate range of motion as the previous basic suited one. So both of these Wonder Woman figures are actually quite articulated. So as you can see, Super Friends, I really liked one of these figures, and the other one I definitely felt a little bit let down by. I think a lot of you going into this knew which one was going to be which, with the Golden Eagle armor being absolutely fantastic, and the basic suit certainly lacking a little bit. I know that some of you might feel like I've been a little bit too hard on the basic one, but I haven't. These are my real, genuine opinions, and I collected Multiverse figures the whole time they were out from Mattel, and I did the same with them. If Mattel messed something up, I was very clear to point it out, but at the same time, I still bought them anyway because I'm a completionist. This Wonder Woman figure makes me not want to be a completionist. I feel so bad saying that. I'm sorry, McFarlane, but it's the truth. Anyway, Super Friends, this is my honest, clear, and truthful review of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Wonder Woman action figures, Golden Eagle armor, and regular 1984 suit. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe or not. It's entirely up to you. And I will see you with the next one. Have a DC day, Super Friends, and take care.